Alright, trick tip for today is going to be a kickflip nose manual. For starters, find yourself a decent manual pad. I learned mine on something small, like that. Then I'm going to do it on something this big today. The smaller, sometimes the better, but then again, you don't learn your balance properly. You can just kind of tap it and get off if you have enough speed. I'm doing it on something like this, so that it's a little easier to see what I'm doing, and so that you can tell how to balance yourself without it just being a quick tap. There's going to be 2 things, maybe 3 things you need to know to do, or be comfortable doing before you do this trick. Find yourself a decent sized curb, and learn how to kickflip up it. Once you're able to kickflip up it, try to do a nose manual across it. And maybe just to get the feeling of doing a flip into a manual, do a kickflip manual. Alright, now let's try some of those. Alright, to do a kickflip nose manual, you gotta first, if you learn kickflip manuals, you gotta break yourself of leaning back. It works with kickflip manuals, but you gotta learn to always just keep your shoulders above it and use your legs as the way to manual. So instead of leaning back and landing balance like this, you should land like this. Front foot bent, back foot straight. And same thing for the nose manual. Land, it shouldn't be leaning forward and balanced. No, it should be front foot straight, back foot bent. The back foot's supposed to give you the how high you want it up or how low you want it down. So if you want it up, you let your back foot bend more. If you want it down further, you straighten it out. Now for the kickflip part, you pop it, do your normal kickflip. Hopefully by this time you're able to kickflip onto a bench this high. When you do the kickflip, just flip it, catch it level. You can catch it a little slanted, but if you're catching it slanted and you also have your front foot straight, normally you catch and you stop. So I'd say try to catch it like a normal kickflip, just with your front foot on the nose. Balance it. Remember to keep that back foot to where you have the leverage. So I mean, use your back foot to straighten it out. Land as if you have the idea of the nose manual in your head. Land as if you were in a nose manual. Don't try to balance as you were landing. No, think about landing in nose manual position, and you'll half the time it works for me. So just ride off, ride off, ride off. When you get to the end, just either, I wouldn't recommend popping it, but you can, or just give it a slight nudge, kind of like a nollie. You can either pop it like a nollie or nudge it like a nollie. Either way, nudge it so that your wheels don't touch. Land, and go make out with a bitch or 2. Hopefully 3 if they see you landed, especially off of this.
What am I doing wrong?
Alright, some common mistakes with this is, 1, you get too excited, you know it's gonna hit, you're gonna stop. The way you avoid this is don't get excited. 2, when you land, you stick. As I said, just think about landing a nose manual. Don't try to land and be balanced at the same time. Once you see the board, get your feet already in the position of a nose manual, and if you just land centered as if it was like a regular kickflip, but your knees bent like a nose manual, then you should land in the nose manual. 3rd, underflipping. Again, sometimes it's hard to get used to the fact that you're not leaning back, you're kicking forward and leaning like that, so your foot may actually come off a little more. Because on a normal kickflip, you flick hard and the board will flip. However, sometimes I'll get a nose manual or try to do a kickflip nose manual and it'll barely lightly graze the board doing it on a half flip. And sometimes very rarely you'll overflip. I have not had that happen to me as much as the underflip, but overflip's still a problem. Same thing. Maybe you're just getting a little too excited trying to correct the underflip. You flip it more. Or you've got the deadly primo, which just freaking sucks any way around. The final problem, which I think is the most common, at least for me, is when I land, I touch. That occurs when I am not balanced. I'm landing in the nose man position, or I'm not even trying to land in the nose man. I'm trying to balance as I'm landing. But if I land in the nose man position and straighten down, you gotta practice landing in the nose manual and being balanced. Most of this is just keeping shoulders above the board and knees bent as you're balanced. Don't try to balance it at the same time. Too many things going on at once. You can mess up really easily. Just catch the kickflip, try to land a nose manual, and that'll be good. I hope you enjoyed that trick tip. I hope you're able to go out and learn them. And maybe you can give me some advice on mine later.